back to my channel, Welshman Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing the season finale of Marvel Studios' What If animated series. So this is episode 9, which is called What If the Watcher Breaks His Oath. So I will go into a bit about the story, then I'll do my positives and negatives, and right at the end of the video I will do my ranking of the season, then my worst to my least favourite to my favourite. So first off, with this video, it kind of starts off with the Watcher gathering the team to take on Ultron. So first off, he goes to get Captain Carter. She's doing the mission similar to the one at the beginning of Captain America Winter Soldier, when she goes on the boat and she fights Batroc, who is voiced by George St. Pierre again. So he gets hurt. Then we jump to T'Challa, Star-Lord T'Challa, who's at the restaurant at the end of his episode where Ego finds Quill, his son. So he's in the middle of using him as a power source. So you see a battle around the restaurant then, and Star-Lord T'Challa saves Quill, and then the Watcher gets him there. And we jump to Gamora, which is a weird one because we never got an episode of her in this season. I think there was supposed to be one, but I think they got rid of it on this one, and probably going to be on season 2, because I think it was supposed to be 10 episodes on this season first of all. But yeah, she's I think they've got rid of the Infinity Stones in their universe because she's with Tony Stark in a big beefed up Iron Man suit. So, and they dissolve in the Infinity Gauntlet with I can't remember his name, the giant dwarf from Infinity War, who made it in Thanos. Then we go to Killmonger, where there's like a massive war going on in Wakanda, and we have Shuri and Pepper Potts coming to dethrone him. Let's saying so. We get a little bit of towards from his episode, and then we go to Thor, who's back in Vegas fighting all the Ultron robots, the drones of Ultron from the end of his episode. So he has a nice funny moment there where the Watcher's trying to say him and all, and you can't get a word in because Thor's just fighting, and then Watcher picks him up and Thor's scream, and then it cuts straight into where they're all in a pub from the first episode of the season, where Peggy and Steve and all that are having a drink before they go on their mission and that. So the Watcher is pretty much and they meet Doctor Strange, who's there after the Watcher got him in the last end of the last episode. So they so the Watcher kind of tells them what they're here for. So he calls them the Guardians of the Multiverse, tells them all about Ultron and what they need to do. There's an interesting part of that where you have Killmonger's got one of the Ultron drone's heads and he keeps playing with it and starting it up, and that he does that throughout the bit of the episode, but that comes back to us at the end of the episode. Gamora, when they're doing their mission, you find out why you have Gamora, because Gamora's got a Infinity Stone crusher that can crush Infinity Stones to dust, so pretty much destroying them. So that's why she's there. It is, and you have a nice little thing with Thor saying how he attracts unwanted attention. So he's going to be the catalyst for Ultron finding him a little bit later on in the episode. It is. So then we get onto the planet, a planet where there's hardly any intelligent life. So that's why Strange picked in until they're ready to fight Ultron. So they have a little bit of Killmonger still playing with that Ultron head. A couple of the other characters, like Strange, is kind of losing. The demons are trying to get out of him, who he's absorbed in his episode, and Carter and him have a nice little thing of, oh, what happened to you, and he says the same thing as you, love. So you have, each one has their own little moments, and then they have a drink, and Thor does a thunder move, and unfortunately attracts Ultron to the planet. So before they were ready, so they got to fight Ultron. Then they have, so Thor goes head first in, is a beautiful. He does a cracking move which he shouts "Viva la Vegas," which made me laugh and all that, and doesn't do anything to Ultron. Ultron's too powerful, and Ultron has a funny reply saying, "Oh, I've never heard that battle cry before." So yeah, he's not powerful enough. But yeah, Killmonger and Gamora go off into another universe, which we'll get to, comes along later. And then Thor throws his thing. It's like you have a cracking fight scene now. Like Thor throws his hammer, Strange multiplies it by hundreds that attack Ultron. It is, and then you have Star-Lord and Black Widow, Captain Carter, trying to steal one of his stones. So she throws. Captain Carter throws T'Challa up to him, so he's on Ultron, but Ultron just throws him off and all that. But you find out then that he did steal the Soul Stone. So Ultron is pretty much mad that he's going to destroy everyone, but he finds out he hasn't got the Soul Stone, so he hasn't got his max power anymore. So Strange summons a few dragons from one of the demons he got to attack him and all that, so everyone can escape into the universe that Killmonger and Gamora went to. So they're in the universe now where, from episode 8, where Black Widow's the only human left. So they're going to destroy the stone with the Soul Crusher, but unfortunately Black Widow comes along, steals it, wondering who they are. And Carter explains to her who they are and how them two are friends, in BFFs in her word, in her universe. So we get to... Oh, before that, sorry, yeah. When they're leaving, to distract a bit more, Stephen Strange opens up a portal to the zombie universe from episode 5, I think it is. One of the episodes, isn't it? Yeah, episode 5, I think it was. Not 100% sure. But that's a good scene, because Wanda comes along and he does it for Wanda, but Wanda attacks him. Doesn't really do much. And then she either recognises him, or... she's just scared of his power, because he just blows up the planet then. So like I said, they're onto the pocket thing now, and they're just about to destroy the stone, where Ultron comes back. So they have a big battle. Yeah, it's a big battle over the stone. It is. So Ultron's wondering why he's having such a hard time with him. So he tries to just blow him straight up, but Doctor Strange uses his time stone to reverse it. So they go back. So Ultron's thing. So you get a good fight scene then again. So everyone's attacking him. So you get Carter and Black Widow fighting him with shields, because they both got shields in this. So they all get a good licks in and all that. The stone's falling all over the floor and all that. So you're fixated on the stone. You have a good scene, similar to the Guardians of the Galaxy 2, when you're fixated on Groot and there's a battle around him and all that, but you're only that. So they overpower him, get him trapped. So when they try and use the Infinity Crusher on him, unfortunately it doesn't work, and you find out then that the Infinity Crusher only works on the stones that are in Gamora's universe. So it doesn't work on the multi-universe stones, unfortunately. So he tries to kill him. Oh, that's when he tries to kill him, and that's when Doctor Strange uses the time stone, and then it realizes on Ultron then that he has to kill Strange for the rest of the team to fall. So he does a big power move, shoots Widow and Carter out of the way. So they have a little plan, because Widow finds the arrow with Zola's virus in, and they have a plan there of Carter's got to try and distract Ultron and get his helmet up to get a clear shot so Widow can shoot the arrow at him. So they do all that, and they manage to shoot the arrow in him. So Zola's in Ultron now, and they have a nice little scene where black background, we have a computer generated face of Zola and Ultron talking to each other, and Zola attacks him, uses it, and he's a virus, so manages to destroy Ultron at the end of the day. But then we get the double cross then of Killmonger, who, because he's been playing around that Ultron helmet, kind of the armor that Ultron's been going transfers over to Killmonger, and he gets all the Infinity Stones. So he's trying to tell everyone, "Oh, wouldn't it be better if Peggy want to see your man?" You know, other people save their, you know, their homes and stuff like that. But Zola's not. Ultron's technically not there because Zola's taken over him now. So you got Zola's face on his chest, and then two other battles, a power struggle, and who has the Infinity Stones, going back and forth in the middle of them and that. And then Strange realizes they weren't meant to win; they were just meant to separate the stones from the person. So he uses his powers to seal Zola and Killmonger and the Infinity Stones in a little pocket dimension that he was in, similar to that, and the Watcher helps him in, and then it all disappear. They all disappear then. So they win the day. They go back to the pub, and the Watcher starts sending them all back to when he got them in their relative timelines. And but Peggy doesn't really want to go back to that side. Bit of an emotional scene where she said, doesn't she deserve to be happy? But unfortunately, Watcher says she's needed in the time that she is. She goes back to, and then you're left with just Widow. So Widow doesn't want to go back to her time. She tries and gets the Watcher to kind of get her universe back, but he can't do it. He can't interfere and all that. So instead, he sends her to, from episode 3 is when she died, isn't it? In the what if the Avengers were all killed? Is it? The episode got to be the world lost its mightiest hero. So obviously Black Widow died in that one, isn't it? By Hank Pym. So they go to that period. So you're on top of the Teslas. If you remember at the end of that episode, Loki and the Asgardians taken over Earth. So you got Captain Marvel, Captain America, Shield, and Fury and all that fighting them on top of on a helicarrier. Black Widow comes along, kind of saves the day. So she's got her universe now. So then, and that's the end of the episode, and then we get a cracking mid-credit scene where we jump back to Peggy and Widow, where Widow saves her when Batroc gets the upper hand. So she just electrocutes him, knocks him out, and then they find out why the pirates are on that ship, and you find out because the Hydra Stomper is on it, and Widow says there's somebody inside, and you get a nice little smile from Widow, from Captain Carter. So yeah, and that's the end of the episode. So I gotta admit, overall, I really did enjoy it. I thought it was really good. I think there's still a couple I rate above it, which I will say in my rankings. But overall, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Going to some of my positives, some great action in this one, similar to the last episode. You know, some just brilliant. The voice work is excellent in it. Even the ones who are not come back as the actual, for like Scarlett Johansson never came back. So the people who played Black Widow, and I can't remember who played Gamora now, it's gone from my head. I did have it, but she doesn't come back for her voice, so is someone else. They all do great jobs. The only one I'm a bit disappointed with is probably Ultron, because Thingamabob, who played him in Ultron Age of Ultron, is much. He had a distinctive voice, and he played him with such cool, menacing voice. He did, but in this one, yeah, it's kind of a bit weird they never got him back. Because looking at the cast up there, they actually brought Kurt Russell back for Ego, so I don't know whether it was just a similar voice or they actually just brought him back for it. But yeah, the animation again for this has just been outstanding, and I really can't wait for season 2. And yeah, the one positive is I think Doctor Strange in this is the standout star of this series. To be honest, is his episode and the last couple he was in is just outstanding. He's been, and I really hope seeing Spider-Man No Way Home. He looks in watching the trailer. It looks like it's a darker Doctor Strange. So I don't know whether it's going to be the same guy from the multiverse one, this What If series, or it's going to be just a different evil version. But yeah, I'm interested to see that. Very nice. A few negatives, just a couple of nitpicks. It's like having Gamora in it. Unfortunately, we never had her episode. Hopefully, it'll be in season 2. I'm sure Spider-Man was supposed to be in this episode as well, because I've seen a few photos of him in. Whether I'm wrong on that. The Zola Ultron drone they had in the last episode is gone, and all of a sudden it's just the arrow left. So I don't understand that. It feels like it is a couple of episodes. There's like an episode missing, or there's deleted scenes missing from this episode. Because I've seen a few pictures which are not in this episode. I've watched this episode a couple of times now, but I've seen a few pictures up on YouTube. Not YouTube, Google, and yeah, there was a few in it. It's like they fight in a load of the Ultron drones, but you don't see that in here. But just a few nitpicks, but and all that. But overall, such a brilliant episode, a brilliant finale to an excellent series, to be honest. And yeah, I really can't wait for season 2. So that goes for my review of episode 9. So we're going straight into my rankings now. So I will go from my least favourite to my favourite. There's only one episode that I really didn't like, and that's going to be obviously the bottom of the list. Every other pretty much can change any time I watch them, because I thought all the rest of the episode, except for probably my number 1. My number 1, 2 and 3 probably won't change much. They'll probably stay the same. Anyone else up there, apart from 9, they could go change. I think my least favourite, my worst, but everyone else after that is about easily a 4 to 5 out of 5 episode. So first of all, we'll go with my number 9, which is episode 7. What if 4 was an only child? I just couldn't get into this episode, apart from the fight scenes with Captain Marvel and the end scene, the last 10 seconds when Ultron shows up. I thought it was a really disappointed thing. I won't go too much into these episodes because I have got reviews up on my channel. Number 8 is episode 6, What If Killmonger Rescued Tony? Again, a brilliant episode. I really think they elevated Killmonger in this to be a even better villain than what he was in the Black Panther movie. But yeah, it's an excellent thing, and I wonder if we will ever see, well, probably not in him after the end of this episode. For some of these, I'm wondering if we'll see a little continuation in season 2. So my number 7 is episode 3, What If the World Lost Its Mightiest Heroes? I really love the who done it in this episode and all that, like who was killing everyone, and a nice big reveal at the end there with Hank Pym being it. So kind of surprised me, to be honest. I never put it together. I'm not that smart probably, but yeah, another cracking episode. Number 6 is What If T'Challa Became Star-Lord? Another brilliant one. Another genre one where it's more of he's trying to take something and all, he's trying to steal something, but it just shows how T'Challa brings people and worlds together in this thing, when even Thanos is on his side and in his team in this episode. Like I said, the only nitpick I would have for this, and probably some of the other episodes, is just the length of the episode. I just wish it were a bit longer, maybe 10-15 minutes, a bit longer. But again, another cracker. Number 5 is episode 1, What If Captain Carter was the first Avenger? Brilliant kickoff for the season and all that. Brilliant acting, brilliant thing. Again, just wish it was a little bit longer. But yeah, such a cracking episode again. Number 4 is episode 4. What if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands? So this is probably the most emotional one to me out of the whole season. Benedict Cumberbatch is absolutely amazing in this, in his voice acting. Anyway, he's the stellar star. Like I said, his character in him are the standout in this season. But again, brilliant fight scenes at the end and all that. The animation, especially when he's getting some of the demons, he's bringing the demons into him and all that. Very a bit like Fantasia and all that. There is some grand animation. Episode 3 is the last one I just reviewed. Episode 9, what the Watcher broke his oath. So obviously I just talked about that. Number 2 is episode 5, zombies. I love the comic of the What's If one with the comic, the zombie. Fair enough, this ain't that much to do with it, but I liked how they had some of the more not main stars coming out a bit, like Sharon Carter. She had a little bit more to do in this. Winter Soldier did. Dakari, is it? The Black Panther's bodyguard. She has a bit more to do in it. Like I said, you had Happy Hogan had a little bit to do in it. Fair enough, he died pretty early in the thing, but yeah, and Hope Van Dyne as well. You had these characters who were more pushed to the foreground. It's nice to see. It was nice to see, to be honest. And you had a cracking end with Vision and Zombie Wanda, and yeah, that was another brilliant episode. And number 1, by speaking of elimination, is my episode 8. What if Ultron won? I actually love the last episode, episode 8. I think it's pretty much a flawless episode. Tiny little nitpicks, but nothing that really takes it away from that episode and all. Like I said, Ultron's voice more than anything. It is, but absolutely brilliant episode, and yeah, a fitting number 1 in my list. So that was my ranking. That was my view on episode 9. Leave a comment below and tell me what you thought of this series. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What's your rankings of the episodes as well? I'd really like to know what some of you really say, if it's similar to my rankings at the end of the day. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos, I guess, please subscribe to my channel. And I will see you next time. Bye.